Good evening, family. Welcome to the Underrated Sports Show. Yours truly, JT better than ever. My channel, Underrated Darkness. Welcome, my brother, DS1. Get out the way. Again, welcome the ones who the one came in the chat. Very much appreciated. Panel participation. So watch out for that. Let me get this announcement out the way so we get this going. You want to know more about me? Facebook page, yours truly, Jerry Thomas. Also, I have a Facebook page, all in caps, JT MVP, Thinking for Ourselves. Also, I have a Twitter account, also in caps, at JT Blackman44. Also, my Instagram account, lower caps, Underrated Darkness. I'm in this joint venture with my brother Ernest Jones of AnsellToys.com. It's black owned. Like I said, AnsellToys.com all in one. Throughout social media, check us out. Wherever you purchase, you get 10% off. Also, when you put in my code MVP, so check us out there. Also, every Monday, we have the Underrated Sports Show on this channel. Me, my brother, DS1, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. And also, in the near future, matter of fact, few months, I'll be doing a stream of midterm elections of our perspective. So that night, when the time comes, they gonna most likely they probably mention it probably like in September, but I'm gonna let you know. Mark that day, mark that night, and let you know. And we go. I'm most likely I'm going to eat. I'm gonna join. Make sure I had the laptop charged up. Let's sacrifice a few hours to find out what's going on in our community around this USA. It's very important. It's now or never. And also, I'm gonna have a commentary after where we end and everything. I want y'all to really listen to it. It's gonna be a short commentary and that's it. All right. Now, welcome my brother D to the S to the one. Good evening, my brother, as always.
Peace. Shout out to the chat. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm good, fam. I'm good. So we gonna get this thing going. I'm mention some people in the chat, so we get going. It's gonna be it's gonna be panel participation. So, Bracy, thanks for showing up. Thanks, appreciate that. Sunny Justice Bay, Carl Burrell, Black in Japan, Sis Tequila Jet. Oh, thanks for coming. Very much appreciated. Marquita, thanks for coming. So brother, we talked about last week. Now we're gonna talk about the politics and the business of the NBA. So where you want to start off at?
Man, it really don't matter, we could start from anything, man.
All
Doesn't
right.
matter to me.
Well, let's talk about the owners. That is mostly white, and there's only matter of fact one minority owner, and that's Michael Jordan, and he owned Charlotte Bobcats, Charlotte Hornets, I mean. So let's talk about that.
Well, I definitely think it's hard to become a NBA team owner. I don't think like they just let black people own. I think they leave them down there to coach and commentate and shit like that. I don't think it's as easy for a black dude to own the team than it is a Caucasian. I really think they try to keep us out that loop. Cause I believe a lot of people go for team ownership, but it's a lot that come with it. So And I think they just let Jordan own the team because of him being the face of the NBA of so many years.
Right.
You know, he was pretty much the face. So I think that's why they even allow him to do that. But
Yeah.
I don't think there's ever gonna be too many team owners in the NBA. I actually think that later on, like I'm gonna say like in the next maybe 10 years or something, you may see LeBron owning the team. You really may see LeBron owning the team. I think he may go for that. Cause LeBron not playing, man. And he, you
Uh,
know, well, we could get into him, but you know, that dude got a lot of leverage and he
yeah.
networked with the right people to get what he want. We could go into that later.
Yeah, we definitely gonna hit that. We're gonna hit that by maybe another 30, 40 minutes. I want to welcome to the brother study. Thanks for coming. Very much appreciate. Welcome to the panel. What's your take on it? Oh, okay. Well, before I get to the brother, my take on it that it's going to be hard. I think the only way you're going to have owners like anybody gonna get in, it's got to be leverage, and it's still like the good old boys club, and and it's going to be hard, like you said, my brother, that they let Jordan in because he had an impact in the NBA globally for a very long time. So it was a given and stuff. But like we said that we're gonna talk about LeBron by another 30, 40 minutes from now, and I will go more on that. I'll go more on that. All right, Sonny, my brother Sonny. Good evening. Peace to you and your foundation. What's your take?
Peace, peace, peace. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Indeed, indeed. Honest to you, brethren. Honest to everybody in the chat. Uh, so we're talking about Asiatics being owners in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
That's a powerful subject, man. Is there any? Because I don't think there is any, except for probably Michael Jordan, right?
Only Jordan. That's it.
Like he's a partial owner, Michael Jordan,
No,
correct?
he's majority owner.
Got you, got you. I think, man. As far as the NBA, you know what I mean. My personal opinion about the situation is they got an elite group of individuals that are in that. You know what I mean? Like for me, I think that we should try to take the might be a little off the subject, but I think we should take it to the what's the rapper name? Ice Cube level. Ice Cube, he created his own league, didn't
Mm-hmm.
he? Yeah.
Yeah.
So who knows what type of hoops they had these Asiatics jumping through, and even to be even considered to be, because you got to be at a special status to be
Mm-hmm.
even considered to stay on the team or even own part of it. From my understanding, I could be wrong,
Mm-hmm.
but that's just my measure, real quick.
Okay, I hear that. All right. My brother, you want to chime into that? Salute to Queen Sandra Brown. Welcome.
Well, I definitely agree with the brother. Um, for sure. You know, I definitely, you know, like I was saying, I think they make it harder, you know, for us to try to ascend to that level. Because at the end of the day, They don't want the black man to be on the same playing field as them. You know, they don't want us to compete on their level. And their level is ownership. So
Mhm.
they don't want us to play in that realm with them. It's only meant for them. So they
Mhm.
definitely, you know, do what they could do to keep us at a certain level. That's why there's more black coaches than black owners.
Mhm. Yeah, I was going to hit that too. About now that's thank you. You helped me out there, brothers. Now about the black coaches. Do y'all think they get the same leeway as other coaches of different nationalities? I'm talking about the history. Because before y'all continue, there's only one. Let me see. No. It's two. Let me see. It's two. No, there's only three NBA coaches had won the NBA championship. I think it's Atlas in '75, K.C. Jones, and Lily Wilkins with Seattle back in the late '70s. Now we could actually throw the great Bill Russell. He did win a title in '69. His last title in '69 of the Celtics dynasty teams back in the late '50s, going to the '60s. He did win a title, but he was a player. He was a player coach. But we're gonna throw him in. We're gonna throw him in. There's only four. Now, again, I'm gonna ask this question again. After I just said, and I want the panel to listen to. I want the chat listen to this too. Do you think that throughout the years, and I'm talking about the history of the NBA, have black coaches had got leeway than other nationality of coaches that coach in the NBA?
Well, um, I definitely think the black coaches are definitely analyzed differently by the owners and the GMs of the teams. I think a lot of times, um, and a lot of good teams too, they use black coaches to build the team, formulate the team, and then they put extra pressure on the coach to win a certain amount of games, or they'll just get rid of the black coach. You know, I think a lot of times they use us to construct a lot of good teams because when you look at it, a lot of these black coaches have done that. You know, so um, I definitely think we're used as coaches too. You know, and we're slighted. You know, and I think a lot of the coaches know that. You know, I think they know that. You know, I think they put these expectations on the black coaches that I don't think they don't go as hard on the other coaches. I don't think they expect all that much. And you don't, like I said, a lot of the good teams um had a lot of black coaches on there, whether they was a head coach, an assistant coach, you know, practice. You know, we're involved in a lot of that stuff. You know, even if we weren't just head coaches, but to me, one of the best head coaches that, you know, spearheaded a lot of good teams and then they just threw him away was Mark Jackson.
I agree.
You know,
Definitely agree on that. Mhm.
what's the name was a good coach too. Byron Scott.
Byron
He was a,
Scott too. Yeah.
he was a good coach. And those guys, you know, those guys got done dirty, man, and they built good teams.
Yeah.
They built good teams, man, and they just got done dirty.
Yeah, and you know, go more Mark Jackson when Golden State when they fired him that next year with Golden State, you know, won their first title. That was Mark Jackson team.
Yeah, man. Mark,
That
Mark Jackson created the whole. That whole spirit behind that team was created by Mark Jackson,
yeah,
and they did that to him with a few teams.
yeah,
It wasn't just Golden State. They
yeah.
did that with him with a few teams.
Yeah, and also he
I
got
think what's the
past
name is a good coach too.
who?
I think what's the name was a good coach. He was a decent coach. The black coach that used to coach Cleveland.
Oh, Mike Brown.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
He was a decent coach too. You know, he was a decent coach. Teron Lue, he's a decent coach.
yeah,
You know, and so those guys, but you don't really hear those guys' names. But those guys created good. Think about it. Teron Lue, he got what? He got like 2 titles, right? As a coach with LeBron, he got 2 or 1.
one. It's one.
Yeah, but that could go on his resume.
That go definitely go on his resume.
You know what I'm saying? He's an NBA championship coach.
Right.
You know,
And you know the one coach and also excellent general manager is Bernie Bickerstaff. Bernie, every time that they need somebody to coach, they always call Bernie Bickerstaff to run the front office. They always call Bernie Bickerstaff. Or like he did the run the like be part of the coaching staff. Bernie Bickerstaff for years. And I say he still don't get the credit he deserves. And to me, one of the underrated coaches. Underrated, he know how to put the team together. He know how to run. Well, I think at one time he was running the I think he's running the franchise temporarily. You know, so that's another name out there, Bernie Bickerstaff. Yeah, look that up, family. Look that up, Bernie Bickerstaff. All right, my brother Sonny, yo, you can chime on this. Well, to he come back and everything, I think for me it's and then to see those coaches that we mentioned and you know I mean the coaches that I
peace.
mentioned and stuff they were excellent X and O of offense and defense. You know like Casey Jones and Atlas and everything. Now the coach Atlas of when he won the championship in '75, he's with this he went it with basketball legend Rick Barry and Robert Parrish was the sixth. Robert Parrish was a rookie, and also Al Allen when he won it, he played in the NBA. He played the ABA, like the ABA when it first started in the '60s. He played in that. So a few short years later, when he won the title, that was groundbreaking. That was groundbreaking in the NBA. Now, a few years later that, in the early 80s, Casey Jones, Coastal Celtics. Also, he played the Celtics, great Celtic teams back in the 60s, 50s, and 60s. They won the title. And then you have to wait a little longer. Let me see, almost 20 years. That's when Lenny Wilkens won. Now, at that time, Lenny Wilkens was a great coach. He did, but he won one with Seattle. And then we have to wait all this long to Tyro Lue and one. So it's been like gaps and everything. So
Peace. Can you hear me, brother?
yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead, bro.
Peace, peace, peace. Yeah, this is this topic, man. Is even funny how you started it off. You started off with the owners, and then now you're going to the coaches. And my measure on this situation, with respect to the question that you put forth, is like when you look at the NBA, you know, the NBA is big business. You know what I mean? When you look at any type of big businesses, you don't see a whole lot of Asiatic executives and owners of these really huge multi-million-dollar companies. They are a few, you know what I mean? But it's the same thing with even the coaching staff as far as certain credits given. You know what I mean? You can even look at all the inventions that were made by our people. Um, Take it to the music. A lot of the music that we're putting out, we haven't really gotten credit for, what I mean, the hard work that we put forth. I do believe that it may have gotten a little better, but I believe that a lot of that has to do with the NBA as a whole, where a lot of our players, a lot of our people as Asiatics, we succeed in the NBA.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So we have it's more of us than it is of them. So I think me personally, the like you were saying earlier, or the brother was saying earlier, the power is in the ownership, because it's just like a business, like the multi-million-dollar businesses. You know what I mean? They'll let the Asiatics just have a little bit, but they just give us enough to say like we are accomplishing something. Uh, I just take it back to the first point that we made. Like if we really want to get something going the way we want it, we need to
Mhm.
do that ourselves.
Yeah, that's so true. All right, brother, you can chime in too.
You chiming in? What you say?
No, I was talking. Anything you want to add on?
I mean, it's pretty much it. That's like when you look at the NBA, you look at any other huge businesses, uh, even down to the things that we have created. You see a patterning, and it's the same exact patterning. You know, it's nothing changed really. Um, Basically the only thing changing is they give us just enough to be happy, to keep the you know keep the people happy, basically. Spoon feeding while they are still the owners, while they are still and at the same time, even these coaches that are coaches, it's a certain quote unquote type of elite type of person that can even to be accepted in that.
Hmm.
So even in becoming a coach, and what are you giving up to become a coach?
Hmm.
Because you notice a lot of some people kind of speak out a little bit,
Hmm.
but they don't speak out like they supposed to because they're not allowed to. You hear a
Hmm.
lot of people speaking out now because basically, as far as Trump though, it's like socially acceptable to speak out against Trump at this particular time in history. But certain when you don't have your own, you're not allowed to do certain things that you want to do because you don't make the rules. Like you're under their roof. But yeah, with that, I relinquish the floor.
Okay, cool. All right, DS. Anything else?
I mean, far as the coaching, yeah, I totally agree with the brother. Is all politics part of the game?
Hmm.
And you definitely have to give up something. because a lot of the black coaches, especially the younger ones,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of them were players,
Mm-hmm.
so they pretty much had to stop playing. They had to they had to give up something. So
Mm-hmm.
I definitely agree with that, man. And we definitely need to understand, you know, that you being a melanated person always gonna come into play dealing with anything in the system.
Mm-hmm.
We can never forget that because it's gonna always pop up no matter where you look.
Mm-hmm.
So we definitely gotta keep that in mind.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Now, okay, that's cool. We're gonna leave that. We're gonna leave that. This now. What? Let's talk about the players. Now we know in the NBA, the players make up close to 80% of the NBA. But at the same time, the bargaining table, they're not getting what they should of the conditions and royalty. I mean, sponsors and stuff like that. What y'all think about that? Anybody can chime in.
Well, I definitely think the players, you know, they definitely get certain sponsors and stuff like that. I just feel like the bigger your celebrity is, your celebrity status depends on um who you become sponsored by.
Mm-hmm.
But it also depends on your business relationships and how you negotiate.
Mm-hmm.
Cause there's a lot of regular players in the league that that are connected to a lot of things. You
Mm-hmm.
just will never know,
Right.
you know? And that's because their celebrity status as an NBA player wasn't that big, but the way they do business, the
Mm-hmm.
way they negotiate, their business team and all of that stuff really matters when it comes to things like that. Because you have to have a good legal team behind you to go out and get the best sponsorships for you as possible.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing the player is responsible for is being the biggest player he could be, because then you could get those Nike and Adidas and those types of sponsorships. That's based on your celebrity.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Right. Excellent point. So, brothers, my brother Sonny, anything you want to add on?
Indeed, indeed. Again, uh, I had this pretty much, man. I pretty much had the same point. My whole, I understand the question. My whole mind frame is this. Uh, Even with these deals and these endorsements, you know, these people are signing these contracts, and which each contract that you sign, you're giving away something. You know what I mean? It's certain things that these players just cannot do.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, they're growing by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, they put in a lot of the hard work. They've been at the gym, shooting the jumpers, getting their game right. But in my opinion, as far as the condition of our people, there's very few NBA players that really doing anything. Granted, you got some that are giving scholarships. You know what I mean? Some that are doing some very nice things. But when you sign them contracts, it's a lot that goes into them contracts. Just like, you know what I mean, just like hip hop. It's a certain level in hip hop that you giving up something in order to get to that level. You know what I mean? So that's just my measure on that.
Okay. All right. Before I'm gonna ask about why is this why is Holly no agents, black agents in the NBA? Well, all right. This is what I'm looking at. That the players, and I know people gonna be saying like, why you brought this up, underrated darkness, but back then, now I'm talking about 40 plus years ago, the players that was in the NBA, I'm talking about our players. They was a good evening, Nikki. Welcome. Um, they were socially conscious. It was a mother. It was mother and father in the house and stuff. It was a family and stuff. But they very attacked with a social issue. And I remember I was looking at his article a long time ago. It was back in 60, I think it was 64 All-Star game. Um, I think the head of the Play Association was Oscar Robertson, I believe. But him and Jerry West was talking about the conditions of even in the locker room. Wasn't presentable and stuff. And they took a hard stand. And look, if you don't fix this NBA, it ain't gonna be no All-Star game. And it almost was not All-Star game back in '64. Especially like, I appreciate Oscar Robinson. He was a great player, but also he also fight for his social issues for our community in his own way. And I thank him for that. And a lot of players do not get homage to those players in the past that paved the way. I call sometimes a bunch of spoiled brats. And the money that they get, the endorsements they get, them players back then for that to even, I include Elgin Baylor. And that's my take on that. Now, question I want to ask before, we gonna get into LeBron James, take over, want to be a owner one day. We gotta talk about that, LeBron. But there's one question I want to ask that maybe I know could be, maybe I answer my own question. I don't know, but I'm gonna throw it out there anyway. And even in the chat too, why for a long time wasn't Holly any black agents? Again, it's close to 80%. Our brothers play in this league. But why Holly any black agents throughout the years in the NBA? Anybody can take a shot at it.
I mean, we gotta understand that it was at a certain period of time, man, in anything like that, sports, entertainment, uh, whatever you want to look at, um, there was a high level of prejudice there.
Mm-hmm.
You seen the old basketball movies when they playing these games, they getting called niggas, and
Yeah.
they getting beat up, going to restaurants and getting death threats, and I mean, that stuff was real. So for a long time, people just fought to just play, to just be a player. So imagine how hard it was if you was a black coach. A lot like back in those days, there wasn't you didn't see too many black assistant coaches. The system was not allowing it was less diverse. They was not allowing us in certain arenas. That's just what it was. But how you doing? But now, they have to open those gates because things is not gonna things society wouldn't progress if they was to keep holding black people back like that as far as doing certain things in the system.
Right.
You know, they have to open it up. It's
Right.
a must, and that is why you see more popping up, because they have to open it up, because at the end of the day it's about money. So
Facts.
you can't, the more prejudice you show, the money's gonna stop. So they had to, they eventually, with technology and with time, and with the game growing as far as business and international and all of that, they have to make it more diverse. They
Hmm.
have to. They have to, or else they'll be cutting the bottom line, which is money, because that's the bottom line at the end of the day.
Right.
So they open the floodgates, they let a couple through, and they just easing people through. Every couple of years, you see more, you see more, you see more. They have to do it that way. It's not something that they probably want to do, but they know in order to continue to make money on a larger scale, they have to put that shit aside. Because look at even the foreign coaches. It's not even just black American coaches, but even with the foreign coaches, even with the foreign players, they
Yes.
didn't have too many in the league because it was less diverse. They wanted to keep it within them. But they understand that if they would have kept doing that, you know, they would have, like I said, they would have messed up the bottom line, which was that money. So, and they ain't gonna do that. So you know, they started dealing with, assimilating the game, assimilating sports.
All right. Okay, my brother, Sonny.
Indeed, indeed. I agree with everything that the brother said. Um, just like you know, regular jobs, I see that, they passing certain laws to allow, they call us minorities. I don't agree with that term, whatever, but they got certain laws now to where, you know, and certain jobs, they got to let us in.
Right.
But the when you look at what they done, they gotten to the point to where they've already established themselves. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I agree with everything that the brother said. You know what I mean? Because we are the pretty much the majority in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Like we there's former players out there that know where to go for good basketball players. You know what I mean? So like it'd be hard for them not to give us those positions because we're masters of the NBA, like pretty much. Some of the greatest players, what I mean, are all Asiatics. You know what I mean? We got all the records. You know what I mean? So we do. You know what I mean? We're growing in that aspect. I mean, I don't know the exact number, but I can pretty much imagine that it's way more than what it used to be. Way more than what it used to be.
All right.
But again, on one more thing, and again, whenever you are dealing with a multi-million-dollar company to get in those high paying positions, you know what I mean? It's you know what I mean? What are these people doing to get that?
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
That I
Yeah.
say peace.
Yeah. That's a good point. Let me read some of these comments. Good evening, family. Kid Jet, thanks for coming. Nikki, Sister Nikki said they shut us out. The agent game is no different than the music industry. Yeah, that's so true. That's an excellent point, Nikki. Now we're gonna talk about LeBron of his future impact of the NBA became an owner and the impact of the NBA of DS1. I want you to start that off first, and Sonny, and then I, I'll say what I have to say.
What's the question?
By LeBron, we on LeBron now. But is he going? You think he gonna become an owner after he retired? And his impact on the NBA right now, how is it really leading up to it?
I definitely could see LeBron being the owner.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely can. Um, because right now, I'm gonna say he's affecting the game, the NBA in its entirety, just like Jordan, but in a shorter span of time.
Uh-huh.
Jordan Jordan was a very big celebrity, but it took him years
Mm-hmm.
to become that big. LeBron is already there.
Good.
And LeBron has been there for years now. He has that status to where he can become an owner.
Uh-huh.
If he has enough money and enough resources to maintain, he definitely could become an owner. Definitely. And I kind of see him going that route if he want to stay within the business of basketball. Cause
Right.
he, his management team and all that, they do a whole lot of other stuff. So
Yeah.
if he wants to stay in basketball,
Right.
I could definitely see him being an owner or, some type of, partner in a team because LeBron is a beast, man. He got a lot of his network is big in the NBA. He messed with all the right people. He has a lot of leverage. He could call shots. He has that mic shit. He could call his shots. He could tell, say where he want to go, where he want to play, where he don't want to play, who he need to have around him. He can do all of that. He can do that. So if he still want to be in the business of basketball, I definitely could see him doing it, and I could see him making the transition quite easy. As long as he got the money, they'll rock with LeBron. As long as he got his own money and he could fund things himself with his network in the NBA and his leverage that he got that he uses. And that's why I think he could become one too, because he uses his leverage.
Uh-huh.
He uses his celebrity power. He
Right.
uses it. And that's how he gets what he wants. Some people say he a crybaby. But what it is he understands how much power he has as a celebrity, and he uses that. He uses it. Look, they created the damn hand check foul for Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
They did that for him. So, LeBron is doing stuff like that plus more. Mike wasn't demanding who played around him. LeBron is doing that. I want to play here, and if y'all want me to come here, y'all better give me him, and I'll win y'all a championship. That's how he come in there talking. He not coming in there to negotiate for anything to go their way. It's about him. LeBron maximizes his celebrity, man, and he's smart. He's smart because that's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do. I'm LeBron James. I can go to any team and be LeBron. Any team, whether we win or lose, I'm still LeBron. See, he uses that. He uses that. We need more black men to do that. That's on a certain level. We need them to step up and to use that. I'm such and such. I make shit move. I run the cash register up. See, that's what them people want to hear. LeBron comes in there on that type time. That's why he get what he want. That's why he get what he want.
Yep.
That's why. Because they know if we win a championship or not, having LeBron James on our franchise is going to bring us money.
Right.
Because even if he doesn't win a championship, do you know how much goddamn money comes to the city?
Yeah.
See, people don't think about that either.
Yep.
People don't think about that either. When you got certain celebrities playing in your city, why you think Manhattan is one of the richest places in the world? Because what's there? You got Madison Square Garden, where the greatest people in the world, everybody played there.
Mm-hmm.
Why you think the real estate costs so much down there? See, people don't think on those terms, but all that stuff count. So when LeBron's in town, the bank's in town. The bank. More people get employed.
Yep.
More people. LeBron bring jobs. Man, he bring jobs to these cities. LeBron's here. We got to open up more stores. We got to open up more restaurants because people going to come see LeBron.
What up, fellas? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, bro. Shout out to you, man.
Shout out Carl Burrell.
Hello.
Finally got you on, brother.
Yeah, it's good to be on, brothers. Good to be on. Thank you for having me. Shout out to everybody on the panel and in the chat.
Yeah.
Peace to that brother Carl Burrell.
Yeah. Shout out to LDBC. Finish your point, brother. Then we're gonna hit Sonny and Carl Burrell.
Well, that's what I pretty much wanted to say, but I feel like a lot more players, like I hope Steph Curry does that. A lot, I hope Kevin Durant does that. I don't think he's maximizing his celebrity. I think he definitely needs to work on that. But I think a lot of us black men, man, that are superstars, megastars, we need to use our celebrity power, man, to help, because you can do that. That's why LeBron does 1,000 scholarships a year. And he done sent thousands of black kids to school, man. This is the type of stuff that needs to be happening. And LeBron understands that. He understands maximizing his celebrity. And he uses it. And that's why he's the man in the NBA. That's why he could cry for a goddamn foul. Because he could get refs fired. he really can do that though. He really can do that. He really could go and cry and get a damn coach fired. He could do that. Yeah. Because he's LeBron. And Mike used to cry and do certain shit too. They didn't create that hand check foul because he wasn't crying.
Right.
So, I digress.
Okay. Sonny, my brother Sonny. Then after that, my brother Carl Burrell.
Indeed. So my take on that question, which is that's a very, very powerful question. To answer that question, I would have to say, honestly, I really don't know. I'm unsure. I hope that he does. When you look at, because and the brother was correct. When you look at LeBron James, he's a very, very powerful, influential person in the league. That's, that goes without question. We can all agree on that. But the thing is, he is so dominant in this league that he's able to call the shots that he called because he brings that their business a whole lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like sometimes right now they're making leeway for him. You know what I mean? If he were to lose some of his basketball skills, some of that leeway would disappear.
Mm-hmm.
But he right now, in the time we're in, he just that powerful of a player where he can pretty much demand anything. So for him to get to the spot of an owner, that means these you know, quote unquote powers that be, Europeans, whatever you want to call them, they would have to give up something because that right now the relationship is pro se quo. Like LeBron is so dominant that he brings a certain amount of money to the NBA. So my question is, what would they have to give up to give LeBron James that much power?
Mm.
And that question I really don't know. You know what I mean? Because there's not another LeBron James right now.
No, it
You know what I
ain't.
mean? So like if I don't know, like LeBron James is a powerful player. And we might not see another LeBron for a while or another Jordan for a while. But he's in a powerful position because he's in a give take position. Like so however much money he's making, imagine how much the owners are making.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine how much the investors are making. But
Mm-hmm.
the brother before me, he did make a good point. Um, I'm pretty sure whatever city he's in, when he plays, the arena's packed. The businesses around that arena flourishes. You know what I mean? Playoff time. He 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 brings the city a whole bunch of money.
Mm-hmm.
But is he going to bring that city enough money for them to give him that power to have that? Because for them to give him that, they're losing something.
Right.
And correct me if I'm wrong. I think that even if you had the money to buy an NFL team, they have to vote you in. Like you can't just buy an NBA team. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. This is like a
Right.
question. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah. Yeah. They got to vote you in. Yeah.
indeed. So then again, if he did, and I hope that he does. I mean, I really do. I really do. Um, what does he have to give up for that? You know what I mean? Because I mean, I feel like those people at the top are they're racist to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean by racist is like for a European to call you, you know what I'm saying, call you Negro, blacks, all that stuff. That's not a racist. He's a bigot. Someone who's racist has the power to control. You know what I'm saying? They can control your job. They can control if you get hired. They can control if you get fired. They control certain laws.
Right.
Racists are like bigots who are in that position.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe there was the one who was one NBA coach that got caught saying the N word.
Oh, Sterling.
Yeah,
Oh, that was
I
the owner
believe
down
That's
for
the
the.
owner.
indeed. I believe he just got caught. I believe a lot of them are talking like that. So my final point is, I really do hope it happened. But when you look at it from a business standpoint, and I don't know what all the money that's involved with the NBA, but I do know as a player, he's the most powerful player in the league right now. But that's because
Well, he's calling the shots, being so powerful. That's because he's bringing the NBA and the teams so much revenue. With that, I say peace.
All right, Carl. Welcome. Finally got you on, brother.
It's good to be on. What's the question now?
Um, the question is, well, I'm gonna change it a little bit, but brothers get it. The question is, what southern impact that LeBron's going to have if he became an owner in the near future in the NBA?
Well, I mean, it's going to have a massive impact. I mean, and I'm gonna tell you like this: the owners are going to try everything in their power not to have that because they feel like we already have one black owner. Even though Michael Jordan, which I'm a Chicagoan, born and raised, I feel is the greatest player of all time. But I'm gonna keep it real: Michael Jordan is a coon. I'm gonna tell you how it is. He is a straight boot licking, buck dancing, butter biscuit eating coon. That's Michael Jordan. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I watched the man entire career in Chicago when all the violence was going on. He seen people was down off his shoes and all that. The man did nothing, okay, except say, "Oh, well, I didn't make Jordans for inner city youth kids. I made it for the rich kids." But guess what? The people who are mainly buying your shoes religiously and faithfully and still to this day are the inner city. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunate youth kids. You know what I'm saying? That's who that's who's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So LeBron, I mean, whatever city he in, yeah, the economic value goes up. Look, before he went back to Cleveland, Dan Gilbert was not a billionaire. He's a billionaire now. His pockets are going to hurt because LeBron's gone. LeBron ain't coming back. But franchise, I guarantee you to be the Cleveland Cavaliers. They'll find a way to get Dan Gilbert up out of there. I promise you they will. Because you gotta look at the power LeBron has, not only just as a player, but look, he's president of the NBA's Players Association, the Players Union. Either the president or the vice president. One I know it's him and Chris Paul in those two seats.
Mm-hmm.
Very impactful, very business mind, very smart, intelligent young black men. Okay. So LeBron is going to get an opportunity to own a team, but it's not going to be easy though. I'm gonna tell you the truth, just like that. Like, oh, it's not. They're gonna give him hell behind the scenes. They're gonna play it off, you know what I'm saying, in front of the cameras and all like they do. But but behind the scenes, where their white supremacy reigns supreme, oh, I guarantee you, like, oh, he gonna catch hell. He gonna really see then, like, oh, damn, this is a different level. His impact on the game, like LA, you know what I'm saying, was already LA can maintain its own market and its own like economic value by itself because the entire state of California can.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it can. But with LeBron now they have a marquee superstar with all the stars in Hollywood coming out. LeBron is also trying to transition to his other career in Hollywood because you've seen projects LeBron doing. He's executive producing. You know what I'm saying? LeBron has a team behind him. This is a very smart young man, even though he didn't go to college per se. He's very business wise, and he put his friends, the people that he trusts, which is another key factor, in position. You know what I'm saying? Because he know, like, hey, I need loyalty around me. I'd rather keep my money in house with people that I grew up with from the womb to the tomb. I'd rather do that, which is a smart thing to do, and salute to him for that. But as far as like his impact, we all know that the NBA is a black man's league. So these owners are going to be very tedious, very, very tedious. LeBron never gets his hands on the Lakers. We all know that. That's not never going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
He would never get his hands on the Golden State Warriors. That's not going to happen. He's not going to get his hands on the Sacramento Kings because of Vivek Ranadive, their owner. And I don't think he'll want to own one of them teams. No way. I think he really wants to go back and own his hometown team. Honestly, I do, and I support that and I salute that. A team I would love to see LeBron own those my hometown team, Chicago Bulls, because we have some shitty owners in Chicago. We do.
Yeah.
Jerry Reinsdorf is a good old boy running a good old boy network. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what he's running. I told you, like I said before, you know what I'm saying? I followed the Chicago Bulls for years. I know about that franchise. I know about all the sports franchises in Chicago in and out. Jerry Reinsdorf runs a good old boy network.
Yeah, but Carl,
That's why he does.
I didn't mean to cut you off. I didn't mean to cut you off. Before you continue, did Jerry Ransom have the state of Chicago White Sox?
Yes, he's the owner of the Chicago White Sox. Not a stake. He owns the White Sox and the Bulls. Jerry Reinsdorf is the full-fledged owner of the Chicago White Sox.
Oh wow. Okay.
That's his team. Yes. Yeah. So, but back to my point. With LeBron, like, the owners would be very tedious because I mean, you could look at them. You know what I'm saying? These are old, white men from the good old, as they call them good old boy days. You know what I'm saying? We're just gonna keep it real.
Mhm.
That's how they think. We're not gonna sit here and play the dozen. Like we know they don't think that, but guess what? They can benefit off off the labor and the talent and the draw of the black athlete. So I'm really hoping LeBron. You know what I'm saying? What I'm hoping he does is really open the door for other young black men, you know what I'm saying, that are in the league that's making these buku amounts of dollars now to invest their money wise, you know what I'm saying, to get in touch with the right people. Get in touch with LeBron. He can get in touch with the right people because LeBron is a very, very powerful man. He is. You know what I'm saying? We all know this, you know what I'm saying? Like LeBron is very powerful at this point in time and steady growing. It's not waning, even when his talent is not as much. But even when Michael Jordan was, you know what I'm saying, even though we seen him at his elite level, but I knew from the Michael Jordan I saw from when I was a kid that he was not the same player. But guess what? He still was the most powerful man in the NBA. You have to be to go ahead and give a ownership stake in the Washington Wizards. You know what I'm saying? And you still come out and play. Michael's getting 2 checks, which is very smart. Then you become the full-fledged owner now of the Charlotte Hornets. And look, Michael Jordan's a billionaire now.
Right.
LeBron is on his way to being a billionaire now. LeBron, you know what I'm saying, is way ahead of the curve, way ahead, more ahead than Mike was. We're just going to keep it real. And I salute the brother. And I like what LeBron is doing as far as like sending, inner city kids, to college and paying the scholarships. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need. We need the Anthony Davises, you know what I'm saying, to come back home to Chicago and do that. You know what I'm saying? The Jabari Parker's back home with the Bulls. Hometown team, Derrick Rose, who got, hundreds of millions of dollars to do that. We need players like them from their hometown. Go back and take care of home.
Right.
Strengthen our communities. That's what we need. Not sit out here and go trick off on these broads and, okay, yeah, you want to live a good lifestyle. You've earned that lifestyle from the sweat and the blood, sweat, and tears that you've given, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely. But make wise business decisions and ventures like Kevin Durant is doing now. Kevin Durant is in tune and in touch. He has so much investments now in Silicon Valley. He'll be a billionaire too. Watch what I tell you. If he keeps operating correctly, because we all know it's billions of dollars in Silicon Valley. These are things that we know. But I mean that's a smart thing to do. But as long as these brothers continue to take care of home, that's what I want to see. I want to see that, like, take care of home, like, get some of these kids, you know what I'm saying, where stop this violence, you know what I'm saying, put up, boxing gyms, put up, you know what I'm saying, baseball fields, you know what I'm saying. They not going, Major League Baseball, you know what I'm saying, put them RBI fields, you know what I'm saying, in certain cities and all that, you know what I'm saying. But the thing is, though, but they know, like, look at when black people were playing baseball. Look how dominant we were in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Bob Gibsons, you got the Barry Bonds, Frank Thomases, the King Griffey Juniors, the Albert Bells, okay. You had elite talent at its finest.
Mm-hmm.
The Lee Smith is a closer. You see what I'm saying? Elite talent, doing elite things, taking over the game.
Mm-hmm.
Barry Bonds, the greatest baseball player since World War II. But I say the greatest baseball player of all time. People told me he was juiced. Guess what? I'm a baseball fanatic. And one thing I do know, you can take all the steroids you want. There's plenty of baseball players that take steroids, but guess what? Guess what it's based on? It's called God-given talent and hand-eye coordination. And Barry Bonds had impeccable hand-eye coordination.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not only that, but then people feel like he's on the only player in baseball history with 500 home runs and 500 steals. Things like that.
Mm-hmm.
The things that he's accomplished.
Yeah.
But look at like a LeBron thing. Like, look at him. He's a once in a generational type talent.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what his record is in the finals, he's a once in a generational type talent. And not only that, but guess what? To me, why I revere him and I appreciate LeBron and I respect him so much is because he has the balls to speak on stuff that Michael Jordan didn't even think about touching. Let me, speak on these social issues that plague our community. Let me speak on violence of police brutality against our black men and women.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I revere LeBron. He's a great basketball player, but basketball ain't nothing. Okay, you out there for like whatever 30 some odd minutes, and then you go home. 82 games. but it's bigger than that. And LeBron gets the bigger picture, and he's speaking on that. So salute to him.
Mm-hmm.
But his economic impact on the league, now that he's in LA, is going to be even grander.
Mm-hmm.
Watch what I tell you. Cleveland, that franchise would devalue because LeBron's not there. You get no more marquee games.
Uh-huh.
You won't be your downtown is going to fluster. The entire Cleveland area is going to hurt because LeBron is gone.
Again.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
LA, you know what I'm saying, which is already flourishing, but now you're gonna have the A-listers out, the A-listers and the Beatles out at the games, or who's who in Hollywood, executive producers, just stars in general. The price, people are gonna be able to afford, like regular people in California ain't gonna be able to afford liquor tickets now. They're not.
No. Mm-hmm.
Not at all. Lakers tickets now gonna probably be about the cheapest one you might be able to see now. Might be like $4,000 or $5,000 on a regular game night.
Mm-hmm.
And what it's gonna be when the Golden State Warriors come to town, New York Knicks come to town, San Antonio Spurs, you know what I'm saying? You know, the Boston Celtics. You know what it's gonna be?
Man, I didn't even want to talk about the Knicks, man. Knicks is I'm rich from New York. I didn't want to talk about the Knicks team. But and also
No, but I'm just saying though, but the Knicks, but even though you don't want to talk about them, I understand that, but the Knicks are still a storied franchise and a valued franchise.
oh definitely.
We can't play like they're not.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And they're getting better, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they're having good draft classes, you know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
and if they can lure Fridge into two next year, then guess what? The Knicks are in the largest media market in the world.
Yeah.
Back on front page news. Back on front page news.
Yeah, that's facts though too. And go more on your point. A lot of people that when people talk about like Barry Bonds, an all-rounded baseball player, a lot of people don't understand Barry Bonds got the 8 or 9 Golden Gloves in his career.
7 Golden Gloves, 7 MVPs, home run derby champion, all-time home run leader, top 2 or 3 in RBIs, and I think he had over 3,000 hits as well.
Yeah, he do have over 3,000.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and I think go more on baseball, and then I'm going to ask this question, get back to the basketball, the business of it too, more business of it too, that baseball, as my brother Carl was talking about, at that time he was dating some players. Those players, even Hank Aaron too, that a lot of people.
Absolutely, Hammer and Hank, Willie Mays, great iconic players.
Right, and they stay in their community and they help. A lot of people don't understand that Hank Aaron was like he seen the drop in of black players even like when he was retiring, and he was talking about that. And then when you talk about the ARBI club and stuff like that, Hank Aaron was like one of the few that created that years ago, and that's like, huh?
No, I said you're right. No, I'm listening.
And so, and he was like, ain't no knock on those Hispanic players, but there are some Hispanic players they forgot where they come from, and you see the diminish of black, of elite, black players did not want to play, in others of baseball pastime because they see that they not being wanted, and also the economics. And then you got now. I'm sorry, I'm gonna make the last point. You go, and then now for years now you got baseball scouts. They go into the
Latin America.
Yeah, Latin America and China and all these places. So average kid in the hood, they're like, and you know what I'm saying? In high school, I put up numbers. In college, I put up numbers.
Yeah, but see, this what a lot of parents fail to realize. A lot of black parents, steer the kids towards, mainly football and basketball. And let's be honest, they do. But if you put them on like baseball, or even hockey, baseball is the highest paid sport in the U.S. You know what I'm saying? Hands down, it is the highest paid sport in the U.S. And if you start in front of and that's why I say like people would just like, like invest and put money back and put these baseball fields out here. There's no more baseball fields in none of the cities like in Chicago. We used to have I played on a bunch of baseball fields, you know what I'm saying? You go around Chicago now, man, and the Bulldogs and things now, it's all kind of condos and penthouses that you got to pay $250,000 or more up to purchase. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And it's just like what the hell, you know? And it's just ridiculous, man. It is, you know. But I mean, it's so much talent. But so we also need, saying, scientists too. We also need judges. We need lawyers. We need to get politicians. You know, not just focus on sports, but get up in there. That's how you really make a difference. Need
Yeah.
more aldermen, more congressmen, more senators.
Yeah. And also, and I want brothers to chime in this too. And then when you have lawyers, when you have accountants and stuff like that, we need brothers to protect each other too, protect their money, protect their property, but wherever they go and stuff like that. I feel us brothers, I feel we should have more private people to watch out for these brothers, because you see all these traps that the system has had. Private investigators. There's money into that too, and so there is money that they could be making. But I respect what you say, brother Carl, because that's what me and DS1 we talk about that too on sports too, talking about the importance that to have different things too, like what you were saying. And I do want to chive on that in that too. DS1, you could start that off, and Sonny and Carl and even me.
Well, I definitely agree with that, and that's why I love LeBron. I would love for him to become a basketball business person, because he um he has a lot of things in his favor. And one thing that I think the best thing he could have did was, you know, let his friends go to school and let them be in charge of his business operations. You got to have a lot of trust and a lot of love for your friends to even do that. But what he did was he put other black men in powerful positions.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that Michael Jordan never did. Kobe Bryant never did. Shaq never did. Some of our other biggest celebrities have never done that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what makes LeBron different. That's what makes LeBron special. You know, he made other black men in his life powerful
Mm-hmm.
based off what he's accomplished. So guess what? He'll never have to do nothing for the hood no more, because he already did it. He put his friends in position to help put other black men in position.
Mm-hmm.
You see? So
Exactly. I'm gonna. No, go ahead, brother. I just said just as a domino effect. You know what I'm saying? Which is a good thing.
oh, definitely, definitely. And I think that, you know, that's something that's always important, man. Have the right people around you. And if you know they the right people, man, help them put themselves in position as much as you can, man. Even if you gotta send one of your friends back to school. Ludacris, he did the same thing. He sent one of his friends back to school, and now, one of his friends is a chef. He cooks for celebrities.
Mm-mm. Hold that thought, yo. Ali Dea 619. We ain't gonna have none of that. LeBron is a crip from LA. Nah. Taking you off, homie. Mm-mm. We ain't gonna play those type of games. Nah. Mm-mm. No. Hell no. Nah, this channel you ain't.
What did he say about LeBron?
He said LeBron is gonna be a crip in LA.
Oh, that's just ignorant, man. Like, come on, man. Now, Ali Day go, 619. It's like, come on, now. He want, he'd be on 78 on all the other LDBC channels. It's like, come on, brother. Like, you know better than that. Why even say that? Why even try to demean the man? We talking about positivity and uplifting. It's like,
Mhm.
come on, man. You know that's a no no. You better than
That,
that, Ali Dago 619.
you don't
You better
know.
than that. Like this brother is all about empowering people, and you know, what I'm saying his whole Maverick Carter, Rich Paul, and a couple other brothers, he put all of them through school. So he doesn't need an agent. You know what I'm saying? They're his agent. You know what I'm saying? He had his own business. What he was doing for the inner city youth, and then guess what? It's a domino effect. Now, who would have ever thought like either Maverick Carter and them would have been having meetings with Warren Buffett? You know what I'm saying? These brothers are doing big things that are, and you know, you can't hate on the brother. You got to support the brothers. You know what I'm saying? That's the black people's biggest problem. Oh well, let me hate on the brother. I'm saying you're gonna beat it. Let me just demean him. No, that's ridiculous.
Mhm.
That
Yeah.
don't make no damn sense. Like it makes none at all. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, LeBron is empowering people, and guess what? The youth see LeBron. I'm talking about younger generation see what this man is doing and notice what he's doing, and they're dreaming and aspiring bigger. Michael Jordan didn't do that. Kobe Bryant didn't do that. Them was a couple of selfish bastards. You know, seriously,
Hmm.
they're both selfish. All about me, 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 me. And you know what I'm saying? LeBron is about we,
Hmm.
empowering us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That man to sell out his then sell out, you know, then go get him a white woman when he got made money. No, he's still the same woman he's what since high school and all that. Married and has kids with her and all that. So it's like, what the hell?
Hmm. Yeah. Good point. All right.
That
DS man, finish what you say. I'm sorry to disturb you, but I have to get that fool off. I don't play them type of games. Now this channel. No.
Nah, it's cool. I was done.
Oh, you was done? Okay. Yo, excellent point, my brother. Sonny, my brother.
Indeed, indeed, I agree 100% with the brothers before me said. Um, just to, pardon me, just to take everything that them brothers said and bring it down to our level. You know what I mean? When you look at everything LeBron has done, it really is some amazing things. I think it's something that we all should strive for. You know what I'm saying? In our own lives, in our own communities, and I believe that each of us, everybody on this panel, everybody in the chat room, can do the same thing. Like it's a cliche thing, you know, it's a cliche saying that people say that you can do anything that you want to do. You know what I mean? We all got gifts, we all got talents. You know what I mean? We all should kind of strive for some things that LeBron has done. You know what I mean? So for my measure and everything that was said before me, I agree 100%. I got a real deep love for my people. You know what I mean? So I want our people to be industrious. You know what I mean? We need to take take a page out of LeBron's book. You know what I mean? But do something a little different, like invest your money back in the hood, build your communities back up. You know what I mean? Like if you got homeboys that's in the street, you know what I mean, or not in a position to do certain things.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Teach them how to do it, because you know what I mean. Some of us don't know how to do it. You know what I mean? But if they had the means, they might be able to.
Right.
You know what I mean? We when you look at the when you look at the Asian people, you know what I mean? They're all up in our hoods, man. And we're just consumers. We're spending all our money. We go there, we spend our money, and then they take their money and spend it amongst themselves. Like, you know, invest in everything they're doing. But we should have our own gas stations. We should have our own restaurants, uh, corner stores. You know what I mean? Like I think that everything LeBron is doing, it could be done on our scale.
Mhm.
And what LeBron is doing, I think that it would be foolish not to look at everything that he's doing and be like, well, I can do something sort of like that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I'm in a, you know what I mean? Like I said before on the stream before, I put myself in a position to be a business owner. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, when I leave this phone, I want my life to mean something. You know what I mean? If I could touch somebody's life in some kind of way. If it's just, well, I ain't gonna limit myself to one, but my whole goal is to with my business to come back and help employ my people. You know what I mean? Help them get some training. Teach them teach them that, you know what I mean, you had the power to change your conditions. A lot of times we look for other people to change our conditions for us
Mhm.
when we have the power to change everything. And that's exactly what LeBron is willing his way to certain things, and he's putting good karma in the air by you know what I mean, everything that the brother Carbarell said. I agree with it 100%. You know what I mean, and I respect LeBron for that. So like I just want to lead the people, you know what I mean, everybody in the chat room with this, like, we can do anything, yo. We just got to come together as a people and don't let these, when you come in this chat and you hearing these good conversations, don't let the conversation, you know what I mean, don't forget about it. Just take it with you. Strive to everything LeBron doing, like the brother Carbarell said, he was saying how he sent some of his friends to school to run his businesses. We can do the same thing, but it takes planning. You know what I mean? Like you really got to plan. Out of this conversation, I'm really realizing that LeBron had a plan, and it is power and planning. It's power in writing your plans down, your plans and your goals. You know what I mean? So honors and respect to LeBron for what he's done for his people. You know what I mean? Because I'm a Jordan fan myself. I feel like he was the greatest basketball player ever, in my opinion. But when you look at the things LeBron has done for his people, Michael Jordan can't touch him. You know what I mean? You got Jordan. He invests in jails. Like I've heard that he invests in jails. Like I heard stories of people asking Jordan for autographs and how foul he treat our people. You know what I mean? That's
And
it's
brother,
kind of ridiculous.
not to cut you off, but you're correct. Michael Jordan invested over $100 million in the penitentiaries in downstate Illinois, where they send people like they send black men to,
Hold
like
on.
Stateville Correctional Facility. And
Okay. Say that number again, please, so people can hear this. Say that. I mean to
he
cut you off.
and
Say that again.
he invested over $100 million into the prison system in the state of Illinois alone. But probably other prison systems around. But I know he put a big chunk of that money, over well over $100 million, into the prison system. These same men that buy his shoes, these same men that buy anything Nike, anything from the Jordan brand. That's why I've not wore a pair of Jordans since I was like in my early 20s. I've not bought nothing Jordan, no flip, no slides, no nothing. Period. Michael Jordan does not get my support because he is a full-fledged coon. He is. He been turned on his people a long time ago. That's why he divorced his wife, Juanita. And the only reason why he married us because he got her pregnant. And when his daddy was alive, he knew his daddy was not having that. He knew his daddy wasn't going to have that. Have you all noticed? Has anybody noticed the change on this panel and in the chat that remembers Michael's career and that's old enough to remember his career? Do anybody remember the person Michael Jordan was before his father died and then the person he became after his father died?
I do.
Night and day.
Yeah.
And he has that guilt because guess what? Them boys didn't kill his father. The mob did because Mike owed them getting millions of dollars gambling in Vegas. And he felt like I'm Michael Jordan, I ain't got to pay it. You don't play with them. You don't play with the mob. They don't care who you are. You're not untouchable. Like, we ain't got to get you, Mike. No, but we get your daddy though. And see, Mike holds that guilt, but Mike went to a full-fledged cooning because of that. And it's downright disgusting. Instead of helping your people, you think that'll make you want to help your people and all that. No. Now Mike felt like he living a good life because he got him a white woman. They call her she's Cuban. She's a white woman. And he had kids with her. I don't even think his kids even that he had about one need to be bothered with him now. I really don't. And the sad part about it is he's so damn sorry, but he don't give a damn. That's the bad part about it. You know, and that's a damn shame. But Mike is a disgusting individual. I kid you not. Michael Jordan is a disgusting and a deplorable individual. Like I said before, I was a diehard Michael Jordan fan as a kid. I saw the man's entire career. But when I tell you deplorable as a human being, he's crap. Mm-hmm. And a lot of them dudes from that era was like, they are crap. Him, Charles Barkley's a piece of garbage. They all about self. Just to name them two right there stick out. Refuse to help their community. Charles Barkley, inner city kids dying this, but you talk some, well, blacks are crooks and all this and that. And this is the same guy who straight said, well, my hard choice I'm making every day is whether I'm gonna stay at the Four Seasons or some other 5-star hotel. Mm-hmm. So the hell, and Charles Barkley, you from Alabama, you from the South, you know how it is. Mm-hmm. It's just disgusting, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that old guard. That's why I'm glad. Like LeBron James is a breath of fresh air. He really is. Mm-hmm. Salute to that brother. He is really a breath of fresh air and what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? And I salute him and I applaud him. And I have the utmost respect for him because how he's empowering people, how he's sending over 40 black kids to school every year. And he's been doing that for I don't know exactly how many years, but that's over 300 people. That's 300 more positive, impactful people. That's 300 black men and women that are going to be positive people, have degrees, and get out here and get in business. And he's going to probably educate them to empower them, whatever field they go in, mm-hmm. to be business owners. You know what I'm saying? Go back in your community and take over. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, get the Chinese out of here. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't respect us no way. Get the Chinese out of our neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? Get the Arabs out of our stores. You know what I'm saying? Encourage them to be owners. You know what I'm saying? Moguls. You know what I'm saying? Where they own gas stations. You know what I'm saying? You own stores. You own different, you know what I'm saying, different brands. Keep your image clean because that's your brand. You know what I'm saying? Become a brand.
Right.
That's what we need.
Definitely. That's an important. Before I get to you, good brother Rob, the educator in our community. Before I get to you, let me read out these comments. P Money tonight is the semifinal. Cleveland and LA and Portland and Memphis. That would be a Laker Blazers final once again the last year. He talking about had we check out the summer league, the one and only the Cali Enigma Boxing and Sports Network. Welcome. He said LeBron has rebuilt the entire neighborhoods in Akron. That's right on point there, Cali Enigma. If you want to join, drop your email on and I get you on. Again, welcome. My nephew Emmanuel. Right, we consumers. That is an excellent point, brother Ra. Okay, my nephew also said Chinese move into the hood, only hired their own people and spent their money within their race. Yes. That is so right. Nephew said, in fact, he was in debt with the mob. Yeah, that's what brother Carl was saying. P Money said P Money. Brother, he said he was a totally different person, bro. I remember that he got Jamal Crawford caught up in that too as a young man. Also, P Money said off the court, LBJ is a huge help in the community, but that court totally different story when the lights are brightest. Much respect to LBJ. Yeah, okay. Brother Rob, you hear the conversations that these brothers headed up, and what's your take on that?
Well, peace, good brothers, man. You know, it's a blessing to be on the panel and to holler at all of y'all tonight, man. I'm in total agreement with what the brother was saying. Like I said in the chat, I love what you were saying, brother. I feel like you know, sports do could we dominate? Well, do we dominate all sports that we play? Yes, but you know, dominate in terms of playing, being a player, right? But at this point in time, especially when you look around and see what's going on, right? We got to start owning the arenas, fam. We got to start owning the company that make the jerseys. We got to start, you know, being the ticket broker. We got to be the hotel that the team stay with when they come into town. You see what I mean? That is how you double up, so to speak, on your talent. You let your talent, you know what I'm saying, get you in the door. Then from there, what you do is you leverage your talent to get the money, you know? And we can apply that to every industry. Like, let's think about it in terms of music, right? You know, I'm a MC, you know what I'm saying? In terms of music, what if we own the venue, you know, that somebody gonna come in town and perform it? Or we own the hotel, we own the airline that they flying on. We own, you see, those are power moves. But the only way we can get there is if we work together. You know what I'm saying? So you know, that being said, good brother, hey, I wish you all everything that's supposed to come to you, the creator. I hope that he give you wisdom and instruction on how to run your business so that your business can blow up and you can rival whoever is in your industry. So if you selling insurance, man, I want you to be the next Allstate. You know what I'm saying? You selling cars, I want you to be the next, you know, General Motors. You know what I mean? And I feel like our ice is just as cold or cold as anybody else ice. You know what I'm saying? The main thing is this, and now I'm about to fall back and shut up. You know, the premise or the analogy that we use all the time for people who got their finger on the pulse of the problem. The white man's ice is colder, right? We say it and people chuckle and everything, but let's say for instance, right? I own a cow farm, right? And I got leather, right? I put my leather belt right next to that Gucci belt. People in the chat, people that you know, they know for a fact that you think that Gucci leather is better than the leather that Brother Rob gonna provide. You know what I'm saying? Even though I massage my cows, you know what I'm saying? I feed them beer. You know what I mean? I do everything I can to make sure that I got, because that's what they do to get that soft leather. That's what they do. You see what I'm saying? The cow, if he constipated, they feed him that good green grass, that Kentucky bluegrass. You know what I mean? They feed them the best feed, you know. Let's say, for instance, it's a Saturday, they feed their cows beer. You know what I'm saying? And why do they feed them beer? So that they can sweat. That's coach secret. You see what I'm saying? That's why they leather so soft, right? Because they feed their cows beer. You see? Now that's something very simple, right? But you know what I'm saying? It produced something to give them quality. They've branded it, you know what I'm saying, so to speak, in your mind. So, you know, when it's time for you to pick, you know, are you gonna get the belt out of the beauty supply store, or are you gonna get that coach belt? We all know, all things being equal, you're gonna get the coach belt because you think it's quality. It's branded in your mind. We just have to brand that our stuff is quality. That's it. That's the solution right there.
Okay. Anybody want to chime on that? Any brother, don't make a difference.
Indeed. Honest to you, brother, for your encouraging and uplifting words, man. I appreciate you for that. Yeah, you made some very, 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 very powerful points. Very powerful, very powerful points, man. Like this is a good chat, man. I hope everybody that's listening in is getting something from this. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot of things that we need as a people. And he made a good point. We don't support each other. You know what I mean? Like look at uh, uh we got a lot of there's a lot of Asiatic designers out there that make some good shoes. You know what I mean? They make some good clothes. But the problem is we don't support those people. Probably because a lot of those people starting off they don't have a lot of money. So like when you looking at the hip hop industry, these hip hop artists are paid to wear certain clothes. So like when you looking at the our children, the young ones, when they watching these videos, that's all that they wearing. Caucasian type clothing. Not unless there's an artist out there that's like learned the business. Now they putting out their own clothing. But um, what I mean, I remember when I was in school, and you wear something, what I mean, an Asiatic put out, you can get laughed at. You know what I mean? Like we just need to change the way we think on a whole different level. You know what I mean? We need to echo some of these things to our children. You know what I mean? Teach our children how to be industrious. You know what I mean? But that I agree with everything the brother before me said. Great, great point. I didn't even know that about the leather. That's another thing. Like whatever profession that you trying to get into, whatever you don't know, do whatever you got to do to find out. Because some people got some secrets. There's some secrets out there that they try to keep from themselves. But if it's yours, if you living right, what I mean. I said this on a stream before, um, and I'm probably gonna say it every time because I wanna pound it in your head. You know what I mean? Not to say that nobody's living right. I'm not throwing any charge on anyone, but what I'm saying is when you living right, you got the good karma up on you. Doors open for you. You know what I mean? Like one of the reasons why I believe LeBron is so powerful is because a lot of the good that he do behind the scenes for his people. So like you're trying to help your people out at the same time live right. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Keep your families intact. You know what I mean? Be out there cheating and doing everything you're not supposed to be doing. Teach our children not to watch these. We're fighting so much in these videos, and all we do is just record it. Like we need to break the fights up. There's a lot of places the fights lead to shooting.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So with that, I relinquish the floor. Peace.
All right, peace. All right, DS1, my brother.
Um, I definitely agree with Brother Rob. Um, I did a stream about it a few months ago. Y'all could go check it out. It's on my channel, Sheep Stay Sleep TV. It's called um Does European Fashion Equal Black Self-Esteem?
Mhm.
I did a stream about this, and I just pretty much went in about, what the brother was just saying, how we need to brand ourselves. We need to look at ourselves as brands and begin to go out your way to support black businesses as much as you can, no matter what you could do. We have to get in that mold because we're pretty much programmed to Caucasian or foreign brands. We're programmed. The American mind is programmed to buy these things. So we have to begin to reprogram ourselves to do that for our own things. That's really just what it is. And the more we spend with black business, it becomes repetition. And once it becomes repetition, that's the best form of programming is repetition. The more and more you do something, the more and more you see, the more and more you see it, the more and more you hear it, it becomes programming to you. At one point, Fubu was one of the biggest clothing lines back when I was in junior high school. Even going into high school, platinum Fubu, that was a big thing, man. Called Kana, but over time, they began to socially program us to get back into these larger Caucasian brands by dropping the price. See, they don't, we really don't understand how we're programmed into all of this stuff. You wonder why you seeing Louis and Gucci all in the cities. It's because it's more affordable now to black people. Before it was out of our range to spend $200 on a t-shirt, but now that's normal. You got $350 Nikes that kids buy every month. It's normal now. It's normal to pay $200 for a pair of sneakers. When 15 years ago, that shit was unheard of. Jordans, the most Jordans was $150. Now every pair of Jordans is $200 and up, $190 plus tax. So we really got to understand how they programmed us into getting back to Gucci and Louis and all that. They dropped the prices on that stuff. Why you think there's so much outlet malls in the cities now? Why you think all the malls are outlet malls? Because they want you to buy the Polo. They want you to buy the Nautica. They want you to buy the Michael Kors, the Gucci, the Louis. They want you to buy that stuff. And all we're really doing is buying a bunch of old shit that they had out for years and years, and they giving it to us for a cheaper price. So they still maximizing the profit on what they selling you. It's business at the end of the day.
Yeah.
The prices is not created, because it's just that cheap. Nah, they still maximizing their profit on it because they selling you a bunch of outdated merchandise in these outlet malls.
Yeah, that is true. And before I hit you up, Carver and Brother Rob, my thing is that these outlets you were talking about, D to the S to the one, they be in our neighborhoods. I know in Virginia where I'm at and everything, they just built an outlet like almost 3 years ago. I went there maybe like twice, and but the money is not circulate back in our community. And you see the despair that our communities in. It's not just happening in Norfolk, Virginia, but it's happening all around of this USA. Excuse me. So we have to talk more about that too. We have to talk more about it. How do we be in charge of more of the merchandise and make sure that merchandise turn into generation wealth in our community? Talk about capital, economics. That's what I'm coming from. And I know all your brothers in your own way. That's what you're talking about, even the ones in the chat too. Like before I hit you up, Carl and Brother Rob, nephew said Yeezy sell for $250 plus. $250 plus. That don't make no damn sense. Really? But we barely survive it. So the thing for me is like, where our priorities at? Really? If I'm talking about us as a people right now, I'm talking about the black man and the black woman. Where we put our priorities at? And like I always say, these phantom fights, these phantom priorities. We got to get back on the ball. My brother Carl Burrell, and after that, Brother Rob.
Well, just to piggyback off what all the brothers were saying, we do. because you know, a lot of black people, you know what I'm saying, US, they feel like, well, white people, they got this and that, they do all this and that. We, the black people, are the biggest spenders out here. That's why they gear everything towards us, because we spend over $1 trillion annually, you know, annually. Imagine we kept that $1 trillion, or at least 500 billion of that in our own neighborhoods and build off of that. Built, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, built, you know what I'm saying, our own businesses, built our own. If we're gonna drink liquor here, build our own liquor stores, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna buy clothes, you know what I'm saying, you know, support our own black owned businesses, you know what I'm saying? How about that? You know what I'm saying? Instead of, you know, supporting everybody else that don't like us and don't have our best interests at hand, because they don't, and they don't give two left shoes and quicksand about us. You know, and that's the craziest part about it. What amazes me is that we're still gonna spend with, well, man, they don't they, you know, and have every complaint in the world instead of doing something about it. You know, the Chinese don't like you, but they just want your money. When you buy, you buy, you buy. How about I don't, I don't, I don't.
Right.
Just shut up and buy. Shut up and buy. No. How about you kick rocks? How about you have your own people come over here and let's see if they buy? Again, we start spending money with all of them. We start spending money with white people, with the Hispanics and ourselves. You notice how the Hispanics keep their money in house.
Yep.
You can have 20 Mexicans staying in one house. They all be working a job, and they all gonna split everything down the middle of the same pot till they all grow and get their own money. And if they want to get a business and do all that, and then they branch out. Black people won't do that because well, you trying to do this and that. You're trying to get you can't get not even a smidgen, not even a tenth of an inch better than the next black person before they hating on you. You know what I'm saying? And that's been trained. You know what I'm saying? Since then. Oh well, see how black people, I kill that nigga and this and that, but look at white person. Oh well, what make him so better? You the one you really should be killing, because I mean, hell, look at all the things he done to you. Mm-hmm. But that's the biggest form of slavery to me. They show you the part. See, they show you the part of slavery where all the whips and all that. Yeah, that's a bad part about it. But the biggest part was that mental slavery, believing in a white God, believing in their religion and all this. And that Christianity was one of the biggest one of the worst things that happened to black people as a whole. Believing that some white man with all this fairy hair, you know what I'm saying, with this fair hair and this, you know what I'm saying, is really, you know what I'm saying, there for you. Oh, well, he hit you, turn the other cheek. No, he hit you, you hit his ass back. You knock the hell out of him. That's what you do. Mm-hmm. You don't turn the other cheek. You hit me on this cheek, I'm gonna hit you on your cheek. I'm gonna turn your cheek, and then I'm gonna throw a few more after that. Mm-hmm. Then it also goes to, you know what I'm saying, and another one of our problems was when they took the black man out the household, because, you know what I'm saying, and the black women fell for it, you know what I'm saying, and the black men did not fight for their families. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying, letting government assistance come in, or you don't need him and this and that. When the black man left the household, that's when the black family went down. Because before then, when they were in a 2-parent raised household, and the women were following the man's lead that way it's supposed to be, our households were good. We were all a community. The communities that we lived in, they were actually a community, and we were taking care of each other, looking out for one another. Now, I'm sure the underrated darkest brother, I'm not as old as you, but I know for a fact, remember back in the days when if you did something wrong, the neighbors would whoop your butt. Then when your parents go home, they whoop your butt too.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? You get back to stuff like that, but now you can't do that. But now it's so bad you can't do it because there's so many pedophiles and perverts and predators. It's just sickening. So you don't know people trying to sexually molest your kid and nothing like that. You don't know what the hell people are doing to them. But when we got away from stuff like that, that hurt a lot. That hurt our community a lot. When we got away from respecting the elders and treating the elder with respect the way they're supposed to, that hurt a lot. But it also did not help that elders, would cover up like the sexual predators, in their own family. That hurt us too. Mm-hmm. But the slave mentality, my only beef with the elders with that slave mentality they passed on, I broke that. I broke that. I was like, oh, hell no. This ain't going on in my household. Especially when I know better. I know better. I said, no, I know better. We're going to do better in this household. I'm not having it. Mm-hmm. We're not finna sit here, and do things the wrong way. Like people, like a lot of people don't realize, like a lot of people talk about Monday the first day of the week. No, it's actually Sunday's the first day of the week. It was like that when I was a kid. So what then changed? Old times? No. That's a load of crap.
Mm-hmm.
But you could tell black people over and over again, and they just want to get, oh, well, forget it then. I guess it's this then. You know what I'm saying? Black people like to act mentally weak, but we're not mentally weak, because if we're mentally weak, we should have perished a long time ago with all the stuff that we've been through.
Mm-hmm.
But in this new day and age, you know, it's sickening and sad what, you know, or the route that our people have gone to, and the stuff that they're taking that they will accept. You know, we got to start rebuilding our homes. We got to start rebuilding ourselves mentally first, spiritually. Men need to take care of the kids, like these dudes nowadays, all these baby mamas and all that. Like, that's disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is disgusting. You know, you see a dude out here, you know, 12 or 13 kids, like about 8, 9 different baby mamas. Like, where's the structure at? You can't be that tender in the penis where, you know, you do stuff like that. That's classless. Like, no. Who does that? Black men nowadays, I'm not speaking of the community, but our own. Black men nowadays feel like they can't have no self-control. I got to sleep with this woman, I sleep with that woman. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you know you want to do that, then, you know, then why even get in a relationship? You know what I'm saying? Get all your fun out, and then you settle down. So that's what I did.
Mm-hmm.
I knew I had made my mind up. I said, I'm not getting married to nobody in my 20s. I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna live life. And I did that. Now that I'm in my late 30s, almost 40, I said, okay, well, hey, you know, I settled down. I got married, you know. Have 2 beautiful little girls. But I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna do all that other stuff. Like, no. I was not gonna waste nobody's time, and I most certainly was not gonna sit here and have you know, multiple kids by multiple women. And no. Just because, oh, she bad, she got a big old butt, oh, like she got to deal with me forever. Then when you say stuff like that, then you got to deal with it. Now you regret it. Well, man, I regret it. Yeah, because you start with the head down low, not the one up top.
Mm-hmm.
But I also came from a 2-parent household too. Had my mother and my father. And my father, you know what I'm saying? I refused to, you know, disappoint my father and to shame my father like that. You know, I refused to.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why, you know, people don't realize how important the father is in the household.
Mm-hmm.
It is critical.
Yeah, very is critical. Very is critical. Excellent
Because
point.
you
Oh, go
have
ahead.
you have to balance out what mommy, you know, mommy, that's my baby, that's my baby. You know, mama's going that, you know, that's you know, women are nurturers. They're gonna do that. It's up to the man there to bring, you know what I'm saying, you know, I mean, not common sense, but to bring, you know what I'm saying, even balance. Like, no, this is not happening. Like, no, he's not gonna do this. Especially with boys in the house, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Especially.
Mm-hmm.
That is so key, and people don't realize that, you know what I'm saying? Or they don't want to. Or these dudes, you know what I'm saying, quit wasting people's time, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's disgusting, man, you know? We got to get back to that. We got to start, you know, supporting our businesses. And, you know, it's so much that we need to do, but we start, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad to see that brothers are starting to do it, though. You know, like the LeBrons, you know what I'm saying? Like other brothers, you know what I'm saying? Empowering, you know what I'm saying? These other, you know, other black men in other different areas of life, not just to be an agent, but saying broker deals, to be executive producers, to write shows, to do stuff like that. That stuff is crucial.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important to inspire the youth. You know what I'm saying? They can see like, oh, okay, well, man, I can do this too. I ain't got to be a basketball player. I ain't got to be a football player. You know what I'm saying? I can be an agent. You know what I'm saying? I can have my own business. You know what I'm saying? I can be a shoe designer. I can be a clothes designer. I can do all that.
Right. Excellent
You
point.
know, and I mean, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I can own my own trucking business. You know, I can own, you know, and that's what I'm working towards. You know what I'm saying? Working towards owning my own trucking business.
Uh-huh.
You know, and you know what I'm saying? My wife, you know, is working towards her business as well, but we're together, doing it together. But you know what I mean? But we have a plan. And that's the beauty of it. If you don't have a plan, if you don't have a plan to fail, there's plenty of people out here with a plan for you to if you don't have if you don't have a plan to succeed, there are plenty of people out here with a plan for you to fail, and they have no problem implementing it on you if you let them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's an excellent point.
And
Excellent point. Brother Ra, I'm gonna close this out 9 o'clock. Brother Ra, I want you to make your comments. And after that, the brothers, y'all gonna make your last remarks, and I'm gonna say a short commentator, and I'm gonna close this out.
No doubt. just wanted to say, man, thank you for allowing me to be on. Man, peace to all the brothers on the panel. Man, again, I wish y'all all the success in the world. You know what I'm saying? And what the brother was saying was powerful. We have to start with our family. So, you know how we always saying on panels, oh, we got to start somewhere. We got to start somewhere. Start at home. Start at home. Find you a queen, build you a family. What do families build? They build communities. What do communities build? They build cities. What do cities build? They build states. What do states build? They build nations. What do nations do? They do business internationally. They're taken serious. Their people are not shot down in the street. When the last time you heard a Frenchman in America getting shot down by the police? Never. Do you see what I'm saying? That it don't happen. When the last time you heard of a Chinaman being shot down innocently in the street by the police? It never happens because they are already taken serious on the international scale. So that's how we got to start. Where do we start? We start at home. You know what I'm saying? That was the first thing that our people did when they got out of slavery. They got married and then they got their families back together. This is where the idea of a family reunion come from. If you go back and you look at the news clippings, you'll see these people fresh out of slavery without a pot to piss in took their money and put ads in the paper, hoping that their family member learned how to read so that they could read the ad in the paper to find them. We having a family reunion down here in Chattanooga, Tennessee on August or whatever. You see what I mean? We having a family reunion in Greenwood, Mississippi. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's where we got to start. We got to start at home. And then the second thing, when brothers do revolutionary things, we got to learn to shut the fuck up. When Kevin Durant decided to leave Oklahoma City, everybody, oh man, he a mark and all. Hey man, that man is a multi-millionaire and he do good work in the community. I know that for a fact. So while you sitting around talking, you know, being a fan, talking about him leaving OKC and going to get with the people he that just beat, understand that that man did that for a reason. He out in the Bay Area. Golden State Warriors get more people in the stands than OKC. It was a money power move. Do you understand? It was a power move. So, you know, sometimes especially when it's dealing with us, until you got all the facts, you just need to shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Until you got all of the facts. Don't be so quick to judge our people and look at our open enemy. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna judge somebody, judge our open enemy. The man that created redlining to force us into these communities where they disinvest and then turn around and have us scrambling to where our morals and values begin to get as low as how much money we making. Do you see what I mean? You would have a high moral standard if everybody eating, but nigga, if I can look through your window and I see you got bread and I'm outside starving, what you think about to happen? I'm coming up in there to get a piece of that bread. Do you see? Do you see what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
with that, I'll fall back. I'll just say, let's not be so quick to judge our people. You know what I'm saying? If a brother doing something and you don't completely understand it, don't put your mouth on it yet. At least let all the facts come out first. And if we gonna start somewhere, we gotta start at home. Man, all right,
That's
man.
yes.
That's
Okay.
me. I'm signing off.
All right. Well, stay right there. Stay right there, brother Rob. DS1, Sunny, Carl, make your short, lasting remarks, and I'm gonna make my short commentator, and I'm closing this out.
Well, I appreciate all you brothers on the panel. Um, this was a great show. I love the conversation. Because it just shows how everything that we talk about is based on a system. It's systematic. So a lot of times, we have conversations about separate little things, but tonight I think everything came together, man.
Mm-hmm.
We got to understand that a lot of times we just have topics about parts of a whole. And tonight was a great example of us meshing everything together. So this was a great conversation. This was a great show, man. And I appreciate y'all brothers for that. Shout out to everybody in the chat.
All right. Hold on, DS1. My brother Sonny, and after that card, I'm gonna make my last commentator, and that's it.
Peace, peace. Honest to everybody in the chat. Honest to everybody speaking. Just a quick little nugget. Uh, the brother said something about families. I just want to throw a real quick little nugget out there for the families that got a husband and a wife in the home. Make sure you have a plan. You know what I mean? Whatever for the males, whatever your visions and goals are, write them joints down. Go to your wife, find out whatever her visions and goals are, write them joints down, and y'all work on accomplishing y'all goals together. For the single parents out there, you got to do that on your own for right now. But write your visions, write your goals down, write them down. Once you write them down, figure out what you need to do to accomplish those goals and those values and check them off. Do whatever you got to do within your power to get that done. So that is the first thing as far as the home, managing your home right. Because in order to manage a neighborhood, you have to have a plan. With that being said, uh, bro, you need to get at me because you right around the corner from me. 757.
Oh, word. All right.
Indeed.
Definitely.
So like I'm gonna leave you my number. Call Burrell. I'm getting my truck in like 3 weeks. So if you need if there's any type of, I'm not sure where you domicile, but if there's any type of wisdom that you need, you know what I mean, hit me up. We can chop it up. I'm
Absolutely,
coming
we'll
on
do that.
a I'm coming on a 23-year contract, which is kind of unheard of from somebody starting out. You know what I mean? For anybody in the chat or anybody who's speaking, uh, 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 if you need some advice as far as your finances or business information, this is my way of extending my hand because we got to start somewhere. So if you need any type of advice or you have some, because I'm looking once I get my business going, running properly, which it'll happen real quick. I'm looking to invest into other things. So y'all get your mind right. Your goals written down. You got a business goal. Get write a business plan. And you need any advice or anything, hit me up. With that, I
All
Yes,
say
right.
sir. Hey,
peace.
what's your email address, good brother?
You ready?
Yes, sir.
SUNNY, the letter B, the numbers 808 at gmail.com. Hit me up. I shoot you my number. We chop it up.
Absolutely.
All right. That's good looking on that. My brother Sonny, Carl Burrell. Last remarks. I want all your brothers to stay. I'm gonna make a short commentary. We close it out.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? I mean, my whole thing is we have to get back to black men loving black women and cherishing black women and cherishing our children and raising our children the right way. We must, you know what I'm saying, come together as a community and quit thinking like if a brother see you on the street and speak to you that they want something, they trying to get something about you. Like, no, we, you know what I'm saying, that systematic brainwash, we got to eliminate that first, but we must get our families back in order first. Don't, you know what I'm saying, go out, oh, I need a señorito, I need a white woman, no, you need a black queen, because no one's going to understand you the way she will. No one's going to love and nurture you the way she will. Then from there, we can start building our businesses, you know what I'm saying, which, you know what I'm saying, it's coming along now, you know what I'm saying, and we can start doing stuff like that, but we got to start loving each other and respecting each other once again. Loving our women, you know what I'm saying, teaching our children the right way, respecting our women, you know, and that's what we got to do, you know, and that's our main thing, you know what I'm saying, that's what I'm doing, my black woman, my black queen, you know, and my beautiful daughters. And I'm starting with me. I'm not just going to talk about it. I'm being about it. I'm starting with me. I'm being the example. And I'm not going to disappoint. I'm not going to fail, because failure is not an option for me. So I know I'm not going to fail. I'm not worried about it.
Gotcha.
You know. But peace to all the brothers on the chat. You know what I'm saying? I respect all, wishing you brothers nothing but wealth and success and happiness in your life and great health. And on that, I'm out. Peace.
But stay right there, Carl. And the rest of the brothers, I'm gonna stay because I want y'all to hear this in the chat. You know, I thought about certain things today, and this is my very first commentator that I ever did. And I feel it's appropriate to say this as brothers, as a black man, and even the people on the chat. You know, maybe people don't talk about politics, but I do, because it's important to me, and they co-sign with everything we say. Today, Orange Crush 45 met with Putin in Helsinki, and he was saying that he in alignment with a person that violated the elections of 2016. And for me, being in America, and I'm talking about us as a people, I'm not talking about humanity, whatever it is. I'm talking about for us as a people alone, that should be a slap in the face. Because if we're going to work with the system, when we work with the system, I always say this, and I always want to hammer this. Until we have our own system, we got to get whatever we can from this oppressed system. So one day when we have our own system, we can leave it. So this is the time, and I'm talking about brothers, wherever you can, and even sisters too. Because sisters got to understand too that there's gonna be a lot of women be running for Congress, and if you want the black family to be together, you gotta fight for the rights of the family unit be together, black woman. I want you to understand that. And also, black men, we gotta fight hard as we can to keep the black family together, because we under attack. And I know there are some brothers don't think that it coincides with. I'm not talking about the brothers in the panel or on the chat. I know I'm talking about the people outside that don't understand what the darkness is, but it is. And we gotta work hard as ever to keep our family together. And I want to thank Carl Barrett. I want to thank my good brother Rob. I want to thank my brother Sonny. And as always, my brother D to the S to the 1. And I'm gonna read out the chat quick. And I want you to understand what I'm saying, family. We gotta work hard as ever. Shout out to Marquita. Thanks for coming. Takia Jet, thanks for coming. Gracie One, thanks for coming. Nikki, thanks for coming. P Money, LDBC family, thanks for coming. As always, got that fool out of here anyway. Happy for that. Emmanuel, my nephew, excellent points you always bring. Thanks for coming. Gregory Hyde, my brother. Hold on, my brother. You always be looking out for me, and I'm gonna shut. I'm seeing you something. That's what the darkness do. Gregory Hyde again, thanks for coming. and to understand each and every one of us is up to us to keep the family together. On behalf of the panel and the chat, I am Ghost. Thanks for everything, family. Good night. Ghost.